What's up, you wonderful people? Everybody's favourite weirdo here, and welcome to yet another Rage Reviews. And our next game is going to be a game called Small Kitty Big City. Now, from what I found, Small Kitty Big City was published and developed by Double Dagger Studio, and from what I could find, this seems to be the only game they have released. And it's also been good on them as well because the game has been reviewed positively, with the game getting a 94% on Steam. In this game, you play as a kitty who explores a city, meeting wacky characters, doing tasks along the way while collecting adorable hats. So yeah, that's about it to start with, so let's just get into the game and see what it's like. So the game starts off so peacefully, and you, the cat, are just napping and just enjoying the nice breeze, until the cat slumps over too far, and at that moment, the cat's eyes flash before his eyes, thinking that this is it. Until the crow luckily catches him and rightfully throws him off. And do you know what? I feel for the crow man. I mean, one minute you are flying along thinking how long it's been since your last mate, praying to the crow god for the one to eventually come along, and then the wrong pussy gets thrown at you out of nowhere. Crow god truly hates everyone. We then land on a window but get scared shitless from the doggy in the window. You know, the one with the devilish grin. Oh god. We fall into the trash and set off on our adventure. We then encounter the crow once again and let him know that us falling on him was an accident. He tells us to flap our wings and follow him, which is definitely gonna happen. We also come across this random dude, and he has no idea what art he wants to create. So we show him how it's done, and he seemed impressed because why wouldn't you be? I shall call this piece Piss Poor Attempt. I then score my first goal of the game, bringing out my prime Ronaldo. We then meet up with the crow again, and we tell him we need to get back home. But he still wonders why we can't just use our power of flight yet. But I let him know I was not flying for the final time, and that I was...
Hey, Buzz! You're flying!
This isn't flying, this is falling with style.
He then realizes and the discussion of climbing comes up. He lets us know that fish is needed to bring my stamina up in order to climb back up. He says he would get us a fish if we find him some shiny things, so we set off. We then encounter a ginger cat who knows all and tells us how to do things in the game, which may help us. Sneaking, pouncing, swiping, you know, typical cat shit. My favourite thing about the game is that you are able to swipe at people's feet, watch them fall flat on their face, and make off with their goods. I steal some bread from a human, and Ginger lets me know of bread bait, so I can lure the birds in and take my opportunity to catch, release, and take their feathers, of course. We then find a raccoon stuck in sort of an octagon-shaped block. Yeah, I know my shapes, bitches. He says he got stuck in there because he thought he saw a feather which he needed for his invention. I got to admit though, this scenario reminds me of something I've seen before, but I can't quite put my finger on it.
What are you doing, step bro?
You don't turn your back on family.
He then hands over the shiny he found in the block, and I hand him a feather to go towards his invention to disrupt space-time or something. He then realizes he doesn't have enough and asks us to go off and find some. Look guys, I'm solid pussy. We then find some more feathers, give them to him, and then he does some wizard shit and opens a portal to the unknown, which never ends badly. But actually this is just a way to fast travel, which Tanuki calls the pet work. Ha, ha. It works, and I teleport to the other side of the fence. Hooray! Our next character interaction is a beetle that loves hashtags, being online and saying lol randomly. Ah, bloody hell, you always get that one on Instagram, don't you? So yeah, Beetle lets us know that they dropped their phone in cement and is sad about it, obviously. Thankfully, there are plenty of humans walking around with phones which we can steal. I mean, I'm a cat, and don't give a fuck. I take what I want, bitch. We get a phone and the Beetle is grateful. There's also talk of a famous cat called Taffy, and Beetle shows me how to say lol correctly in a sentence, which is something I've always wanted to learn. Do you know what? I think I'm going to go to a random funeral and say, sorry for your loss. Lol. He gives us a cement phone and we get to use it for selfies, which is also nice of him. Me and my beautiful corn hat then comes across the cat mayor of this town. And in order to appease its fairy goodness of sleep, we must rid this market of its jam, which we accomplish with panache. I gotta admit though, the market lady was pissed, and rightfully so, but yeah, I don't really care. We then complete the task and try to explain what's happening to the mayor, but he doesn't have time for that and goes to sleep. I think he is tired of dealing with people's shit for so long, so yeah, I don't blame him. He did give us a reward though, and that was be able to show disgust, which I think is more valuable than the whole lol thing earlier. Another character approaches, and it's a chameleon who believes that he is invisible to all. But I prove him wrong, and because of my weird eyes that sit still on the front of my face, I can see him. He is flabbergasted and wonders if his power is fading, or I'm just special. And to be honest, it's probably the latter. He therefore feels he has a worthy opponent and challenges me to a game of hide and seek around the map with hints sprinkled in. So he disappears and we continue. Ah, you enjoying the bone I got you earlier? Well, I have a feeling you are not going to like this. How dare you accuse me of something I didn't do? The paw prints in the cement could have come from anywhere. I have rights and I will sue. We also find him again in a portal loo. Hopefully that's all he was doing was waiting in there because it bloody stunk for some reason. We then bring back the right amount of shiny things for Crow and he gives us one of the 3 fishes we need to get home. We then encounter another character. A concerned duck father who has lost his ducklings. He was planning on doing a show and tell, but they just decided to wander off, so we go and try to find them. He also tells us of a story of a legend about a wise duck who had a robot friend. And it goes like this. The duck and the robot friend enjoyed splashing about with each other in a lake. They both then discover that a robot and water don't mix and the water starts damaging the robot. So the robot asks the wise duck to reprogram him so that he waits at the playground while he goes and enjoys himself in the lake. I mean, what a good friend. Let me have fun while you stay put and shut your mouth. He also added a mute button because that rusty tin can get on your nerves after a while. The wise duck is then attacked by the great gecko who is usually the protector. The gecko then captures the wise duck and throws him through a portal, never to be seen again. All that lays in the area is what's supposed to be a statue of the robot, still waiting for his swimming buddy. So sad. We find the first duckling playing some Duck Fighter 2. What a game. Problem is the duckling doesn't want to stop playing, so I soaked the electrics and most likely damaged all the arcade machines, and more in the process, but at least the duckling is coming along now. We also find Chameleon 2 more times in the same area, so it seemed like he was slacking. We then use another one of Tanuki's portals and end up encountering the dog we saw early in the game, creeping through the hedge, almost like he was expecting me. Apparently he's lost his special balls and we have to gather them for him and we get it done. And he also rewards me with an adorable dog hat, and now I can look like a hedge creeper too. We then find another duckling splashing about in a puddle in a store. But the thing is we can't get him because we are scared of water, and to us, water is the devil. So we use a fan to blow the duckling. But not like that, don't you dare take that out of context. So yeah, 2 down and 2 to go. Hello human, I have a big pickle for you. Can I get pets? Ah, yes, thank you. You know, you humans are not so bad. Oh, son of a damn, not again! More blame and assault! I hope you slip on the puddle and break your hip, lady. My cat lawyers are coming for you! The third one was on the roof floating on a fan, so I blocked it with a box that was coincidentally there. Cheers, game. And the final duckling was screwing about in a washing machine, so we just headbutt the off button and let him out. Grandma, would you please get on Facebook and give me some fucking attention, damn it! We then luckily get another fish thanks to a fisherman fishing one out of the sea. Now that was nice of him. We locate another fish, but it's being guarded by a gardener with a powerful hose looking to blast us any chance they got. But yeah, we get it though and make our escape. We then enter a store and catch a cat giving someone a massage, which was a bit weird to see. At first I thought it was a murder scene, but it was explained. The cat has to sort out 2 situations, but they are only one cat. Either stay and look after the human, or go out and look for their sister Ramoon, who has flown away. So we offer to help and find Ramoon. The reason Ramoon went out was to try and take on a big cat, which, to be honest, would not have went well. Let's just say that. So we pretended to be a random cat who wanted to attack, let Ramoon win, eat defeat, and let them get away so they can go back home and let them know they were victorious. Well, at least I have made someone happy because I've just been making people miserable in this game. But, to be honest, it's more fun that way, so you can't blame me. We also found Chameleon in the store as well, blending in with the gecko action figures, and on the roof where the gardener was blasting us. He was actually happy to see me this time because he lets us know of his fear of heights and that he feels that he has overdone it. Well, you don't say. I mean, I've climbed a lot of other things in this game and it's been successful most of the time, so yeah, this should be a cakewalk. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Later on, we find Beetle having some trouble convincing the great Taffy the cat to come out and continue work. He needed a cat with a hat for a photo shoot, and luckily, I was here, happy to oblige. Do you know what? It's my turn in the spotlight. Taffy hasn't got anything on me. We do it, Taffy finds out and has a hissy fit. Do you get it? Hissy fit. Hiss. Cat. Yeah. So Beetle tells her what for and finally stands up to the prima donna. Good on you, Beetle. He explains that he is too stressed out and needs a well-deserved break, so she apologizes and agrees. We also find Chameleon again. I mean, Jesus, this game of hide-and-seek has run its course, in my opinion. He starts panicking because of the fear of heights again, so we reassure him that we are here for him and that we have faith in him, which makes him feel better. It's lovely though, because I'm starting to feel like his comfort blanket, and it is relatable of the whole, anxiety coming into play and feeling more comforted, having someone you trust there with you to get through it. It's nice, and I'm happy to be there for him. We find him, once again, on the seafront, and thankfully he was near the ground this time. And then these jackasses also act stupid, just constantly walking at me instead of, I don't know, going around? He lets us know what a humbling experience this has been and that he has one final idea. I mean, I like you, Chameleon, but finally it's about time. I mean, you know what they say? 9th time's the charm. We then find him for the final time in a store bathroom and he admits that we have been a worthy opponent. He finally gets it right and becomes invisible. Victory for him! And we get a lovely reward. His magician's hat. I'm just honoured. We also return the ducklings to their father and they can't really say they haven't had a fun experience. They are thankful and I am now forever welcomed in the duck family. Another honour which I will take. Thank you. I'm going to get you. Oh, you can't escape from me. No, it's going to happen. I'm the daddy now. And now we finally set off on our climb back home and encounter the characters we have helped out throughout the game on the way up. Tanuki talks to us some more, and I swear this fucker has to be on some sort of drugs. Sort of reminds me of Doc from Back to the Future, but as a raccoon. Especially with the batshit stuff that he comes up with anyway. Like for example, he talks about using bubblegum on every pipe in the city to hold the water, and talks to a big statue of a gecko, hoping that he talks back. I mean, you were going to be waiting quite a while there then, my dude. We also encounter the ducklings who are enjoying a swimming session and ask us if we can be friends, but judging from this camera angle, I don't really want to because I would like to sleep without having nightmares tonight, thank you very much. We also come across more characters like Beetle, who is having a stress-free tea party with his imaginary lady friend. I mean, get in there, Beetle. The duck dad who forgets where he puts his kids again. I mean, seriously, dude? When it comes to you, if there was a Duck Father Award, you wouldn't even be nominated out of pity. And finally, Chameleon, who seems to be doing well with his invisibility, and we help him relax one final time to help him teleport to the ground. We finally make it back home, and what an adventure it has been. We met some wacky characters, ate fish, terrified and annoyed humans and birds, and explored a new world, so what more do you want? Our owner also gives us a new collar, and it's quite heartwarming because we now get to have a name, and since I can choose it, I just know exactly what I want it to be. Excellent. We then talk to Crow a final time and he lets us know that we can go back down anytime to finish things up. But to be honest, I just wanted a well-deserved nap. So there we go, that was Small Kitty, Big City. So my rating for this game, simply put, I have put the pros and cons for this game. And the pros I have are it's very colourful and pleasing to the eye, relaxing music, likeable characters, good amount of exploration and fun tasks. And for the cons, the camera angles and climbing can be questionable, and there can be too much dialogue in the game sometimes, which can be tiring. So my overall rating of this game is, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Yes, that's what I'm going to give it.